record this. So here we are looking at a table. We have X values and we have to come up with the Y value. We're going to use our Fab 5 X values, which are 0, 1, 2, -1, and -2. Because we want to see what this graph is doing on either side of the axes, okay? All right, so we take our X value right here. You are going to substitute it in for that expression, and that expression gives you the Y value. Then you have your X and Y value as an ordered pair, and you plot those points. Okay? We can do that. So I am going to start with 2 times my X value of -2, excellent, and then -4. So 2 times -2, and this is where, if you're not great with the mathematics, you might want to grab a calculator. 2 times -2 is -4. And on the number line, you're at -4, and you take away 4 more. That gives you -8. -8. So that means my coordinates for this point is the X value of -2 and the Y value of -8. Okay? Diana, are you with me? All right, so the next one, it starts the same way. 2 times my X value of -1 -4. 2 times -1 is -2. Take away 4 more, and that's going to be -6. So that's going to be the ordered pair of -1, -6. Does everybody see what we're doing? All right, start with the same expression. 2 times 0, as I substitute 0 in for X, -4. 2 times 0 is, class? 0. -4 is -4. So that gives me the point 0, -4. Then we have 2 times 1 -4. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 4 is -2. And that gives me the point 1, -2. And the last one, 2 times +2 -4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So that gives me the point 2, 0. All right, now we need to plot these points on the coordinate plane. So -2 is going to be 2 to the left, and then -8 is 8 down. There's -5, 6, 7, and 8. So that is that first point. Then we have -1, -6. That's 1 to the left and 6 down. We have 0, -4. That's on the y-axis. That is my y-intercept, if anybody wanted to know. We have 1, -2. That's 1 to the right and 2 down. And finally, we have 2, 0. That's 2 to the right and 0 going up or down. And so that's my x-intercept. So we connect all those points with a straight edge or a line. And try to use, if you have the side of a folder or something that makes a straight edge really straight, I would suggest doing that. And that is your graph. How do you guys feel about that? Okay. I think the hardest part here is going to be calculating the y value, just to make sure, right? So use a calculator if you're not sure. Could you guys do this on a quiz? Skills check? Could you do that? I don't see many heads. I saw one head say, yes, I could do that. All right. Let's turn the page. So that was our first method. Here's our second method. We're going to graph by using intercepts. Intercepts always have what value with them? It's got a 0, right? The x-intercept has the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate is a 0. The y-intercept has a y value and the x-coordinate is a 0. So let's check this out. It says graph 3x minus 2y equals negative 12 using x and y intercepts. To find the x-intercept, we know y is equal to 0. To find the y-intercept, we're going to let x equal to 0. Okay? So we start over here on the left-hand side. 3x minus 2y equals negative 12. We are looking for the x-intercept, so we're going to put 0 in for y. 0 in for y. When you put, and I don't like how they did this, when you put 0 in for y, Allie, that cancels out this amount. It turns out to be 0, right? So we have, I'm going to do this over to the side. I think I want you to do that to the side too. We have 3x minus 0 equals negative 12. So everybody see that? Because 2 times 0 is 0. So essentially, this is gone. And if I want to solve, I need to divide by 3, divide the other side by 3. 3's simplify out, and I get x is equal to negative 4. And remember, that is your x-intercept. Okay? So let me show you the math for the other side. This is the second side. Here we're looking for the y-intercept. The y-intercept has a value, but the x part is going to be 0. So you substitute 0 for the x value. Okay, so put in 0. 3 times 0 is 0. I'm going to show the work over here. 0 minus 2y equals negative 12. That 0 is nothing. So I have negative 2y equals negative 12. If I'm solving for y, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Those cancel out, so y is equal to 6. Y is equal to 6. And again, that y is your y-intercept. So we don't have to put 0, 6, right? Yes? Are you familiar with a different way? What's the different way?
My teacher said you can take the answer. So like if you have 3, put it under 3.
Whoa. Okay, 3. Which problem are we looking at?
The first one.
So we have 3x minus 2y equals negative 12, right? Okay. And we're looking for the x-intercept, right? So did they totally cancel this out? And then they did what? So you have to divide by 3, right? So x is equal to negative 4. Does that make sense, or does that seem like it's the same way as what I did, sort of? Yes, Miss Dee Dee. He, I think, was marked with a Z for attendance day. He is not in here. Nope. Uh-huh. Thanks. You too. Bye-bye. Okay. Yes, you can do that. You need to show me this dividing by 3, though. Does that make sense? Yes. Did they have you divide by 3? Like show it? Okay. So the x-intercept, yes, that's fine. As long as you can show me dividing by 3. So the x-intercept is -4. The y-intercept is 6. That means the graph passes through, if that's the x-intercept, -4, 0. And it passes through 0, 6. So we plot those 2 points. Okay? For the x-intercept, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the y-intercept, 6. 0, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bless you. And we draw a line through those points. So the thing I always had to trouble with as a student is if it's the x-intercept, the y gets the 0. If it's the y-intercept, the x gets the 0. Right? Okay. All right. Good. Questions on that? Okay, let's go to the last one. This is the third method. So we've had graphing from a table, where you substitute the x in, get your y, plot the points. We had finding the x and y intercepts. So if it's x-intercept, y is 0, vice versa. Now we're looking at slope-intercept form. So this is slope-intercept form. Graph y equals 3/2 x minus 4 using m and b. Okay? Says begin by following the slope, identifying the slope. Can you please put that away and open up your notes?
You don't need to watch my every move. I got it.
It's back out though. So something is not getting through. I'm just wanting you to do your best.
I am doing my best.
So begin by identifying the slope and the y-intercept. All right, the slope is what is found always in front of the x value. So this is your slope. Okay? So m is slope. I don't know why they call it m. I mean, you'd think slope, they might call it s, but it's m. That's the slope value. The b is the y-intercept. Okay? So this is -4. Now, when you have this, you always want to start with the y-intercept because that's going to be on the y-axis. Okay? So you want to plot the y-intercept first. So -4, where do I find the y-intercept? On the y-axis, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 down, right here. Use the value b to plot the y-intercept. That is 0, -4. Use the slope, 3/2, to plot more points. So from that intercept, we are going to move up 3 units. Okay? This tells you to move up or down. And the bottom one tells you to move left or right. Actually, I always do it as right. So we're going to move up 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to move and right 2 units. Right. So here's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Here is my new point. Okay? So plot a point. What are the coordinates of my second point there? What are the coordinates of my new point? It is 2, -1. So 2, -1. And then from that new point, we can use the same slope again because every point on that line will follow that same pattern. So from here, I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 2, 1, 2. So there's your new point. So from that, move up 3 units and right 2 units. Plot the new point. What is that new point? 4, 2. Draw a line through those points. And there is your graph of your equation. So is this all review for several of you, kind of? Okay, good to know, good to know. But wait, we're not finished yet. Any questions about this last one? So the top number of your slope, that is a y value. That's why if it's on top, you're either going to go up or down. Okay? The bottom one, I always say move to the right. I always say that because if I have a slope, you don't have to write this down, but maybe just take a look. If I have a slope of -5 over 2, I always put the negative sign with the top number. So in this case, I would go down 5, and to the right 2. Okay? I always put the negative with the top number. All right? Is that what they kind of said too? All right. Yes? Okay. All right. So let's check it out. Let's see if we can do some of these. At the top of the next page, it says y equals -2/3 x plus 6. This is slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. Okay? Your slope is, again, what's in front of the x. So your slope is -2/3. That's your slope. And your intercept is going to be 6. And that's the y-intercept. So what point am I going to start with if I have y equals -2/3 x plus 6? We're going to do this one together. 6, yes, you always start with that y-intercept. And it's always going to be on the y-axis. So count up 6. There's 5. Here's 6. Plot that point. And from that point, we're going to use our slope. And just like we talked about, it's a negative slope. So I'm going to go and put the negative with the 2. That means I'm going down 2, 1, 2, and 3 to the right. So down 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. There's my new point. From that point, you can go down 2, 1, 2, and 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. I usually like it if you can have 3 points because I think that makes your line even straighter. All right? So connect those with a straight edge line. And that is the graph of your equation. All right? I want you to try letter B. See if you can do that one on your own. Y equals 3x plus 1. Miss Dee, wait a minute. What about, it's not a fraction. How can I make 3 put it over a 1? Yes, put it over a 1. Okay? So take just a couple of minutes, see what you can do to graph that equation. All right, so first of all, y-intercept is at 1. You start at 1, make a nice point, and then we need to go up 3 and 1 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 1. There's my new point. Up 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 to the right. And again, you can keep doing that, and they should all line up to be a nice straight line. If it's not, if you end up with something like this, then you probably counted wrong. Don't draw me a line that looks like that, because I'll like take half off. I'm like, that's not a line. Okay? All right, good job with today. So now we have some extra time. You can work on homework page number 4 or homework 4. Homework 4 is graphing equations and inequalities, okay? We've only done the equations today. We'll get to the inequalities tomorrow. But if you know how to do it, you can do that. But if you do not have homework number 3 done, I suggest you work on that right now, okay? So I want to see everybody working so that if you have questions, I can answer your questions. Also, Canvas Activity 18 is up and ready for you to go, okay? That should be done hopefully by you by Friday, okay? Any questions as to what we need to be doing? Okay, good job today, guys.